City. Please be informed that representatives of Society DC escorted down to the field.
Don't mind me, I'm just reading.
Coach, you talked yesterday about how good teams come back and win like you did yesterday, but great teams would win today. Where does this team rank on the great scale?
You know what? There's nothing that they haven't done yet. That God, they're so impressive the way they bounce back from stuff. And, you know, the way we pitch, the way we hit, the way we run the bases, play defense. We're checking just about every box you have to check to be a great team right now. But you know, nothing's over. You can't just feel too good about it and stop playing. Friday's or Thursday's game just became the most important game of the year, so we got to start preparing for that.
Coach, it seems pitching you couldn't find a rhythm early until Hageman went in there. What did you like out of his performance?
You know, we knew we had a fresh bullpen going into today, so obviously we weren't afraid to use them. It's the first time I've ever changed pitchers for the third batter in the first inning, but we just had to do it. I just didn't like the way the momentum was going. We had a fresh bullpen. We wanted to use them. Noah did an unbelievable job getting out of that first inning. Max did a really good job of getting out of trouble when he got in trouble. Hageman and Reed, that's what they've been doing the whole season. So it sure was nice to have them both today, having not thrown on Friday and Saturday.
Do you mind sharing your message to Nick? I mean, that's kind of an interesting situation to be thrown into the game. That's kind of a start, but with
Nick,
runners on.
Who's Nick?
Short.
Noah.
Or Noah, sorry.
Yeah, that's his deal. Noah's outings last normally about 5 to 10 pitches, and that's what it was today. It was a huge double play. When we needed, they go second and third, and nobody out in the first inning, and only score one. That was probably the difference in the game.
When Carlson gets that last out in the 8th inning, you know, what are you thinking, and what do you say to a guy after a performance like that?
Well, you know, I was worried about the error we made with 2 outs in the 8th because he had to face 3 more hitters. He knew the middle of their lineup was going to get another at-bat. Had we not made that error, he could have faced the bottom of the lineup in the 9th. But I think he, because it was the middle of the lineup, he got better against their better hitters. So he was really good. That's what makes him one of the best relievers in the country. It's really, really impressive, especially after the show that went on there. You know, they made him sit in the dugout for a while, and he had to run down to the bullpen and throw, and then all the shenanigans. For him to come back, that's how he's grown as a pitcher.
Coach, you've talked about it all year, but close to 60,000 people have walked through the gates here this season, and hoping obviously for more home games here later on. But what was today's atmosphere, and just like the atmosphere all year here?
You know what? I don't know that this was the biggest crowd, but this crowd was into the game more than any others. They were into the game in the first inning, you know, with 2 outs in the first inning when we were up to the plate. And that's the crowd that's getting used to coming to games, and that's what helps us win, because when the crowd gets into the game, their pitchers might not throw strikes when they normally would. It gives our guys a little bit more energy at the plate when we're hitting. So I didn't see the number. It was an unbelievable crowd, but they were really into it, and that's what we need crowds to be like in the future.
There's obviously some big prizes out there the next couple of weeks potentially, but do you feel you've already done enough to earn more games here?
I don't have any idea. Never leave it in the hands of the judges is my rule, so we're not going to worry about that. We've spent the whole second half of the season trying to keep from thinking about that. Now's no time to start. We've still got a big weekend down in Houston coming up.
With Caleb, I don't think he had to hit the last 2 Big 12 series. I think he's hit safely in 4 straight games, a couple of home runs during that stretch, including a really important one today. Is he kind of coming out of a little bit of a slump at an important time? How important is he to this lineup?
You know, it's not really a slump. He hasn't been in a slump. He's been getting his hits, but what a huge homer today. Gosh, it's not easy to hit a ball that far. You know, you've got to be strong and on time and do a lot of things right. And he's hitting 7th in the lineup. You know, that's just tells you what our lineup is like when guys that far down are hitting balls that far. You know, Ellis and Logan behind him. Our entire lineup's been doing really well this year, so that's what makes a great team.
Coach, you said that Thursday became the most important game after today. What have you seen from Texas this year? What do you got to do to get done their way?
I mean, Texas is Texas. It's one of the greatest traditions in the history of college baseball, so you can't go down there and get caught up in the atmosphere. They're going to have good crowds there. They'll have twice as many people, maybe 3 times what we have here. So we just have to get out, focus on baseball and not the crowd, and do what we've been doing. I wouldn't put anything past our team that they're capable of. So we'll get down there and try to win the first inning.
With Robbie Porco, obviously didn't have it from the get-go today. He wasn't in there that long last weekend either. Do you go back to him this coming weekend, or is that still?
Yeah, it's part of his growth. It's back at Michael Grove and Alec Manoa. They had days like that too. Porco is going to be a superstar in this program, and has already shown flashes of being a superstar. And sometimes you have days like that. When I went out there, he wasn't. Ball just wasn't coming out of his hand the way I'd like for it to. And I think he knew that, and he didn't actually say, "Hey, Coach, thanks for coming out here." But I think he kind of knew that he wasn't as sharp today as he has been in the past, and we just couldn't let it get out of hand. And thank God for Noah and Max. But Porco, like I said, he's going to be a real superstar in this program. And days like this are going to be good for him. When he matures as a pitcher, he'll look back at this and learn from it, and he'll be better for it. He's that type of kid.
JJ, we've talked about the crowd all year long, but Coach Mazey says this one just felt different. Did it feel different to you? Yeah, I think they were definitely more into the game. Like, they were getting rowdy with all the umpires' calls and the whole ejection thing. They were behind us the entire game. They were just electric, and we definitely fed that energy. So I do think today was just a little bit different. They were really loud.
Off the bat, did you know your home run was going?
Usually I think whenever I catch a ball like that to left field, I'm usually pretty sure when I hit it. So that one was definitely one I thought had a great chance to go.
What does it say about this team after Friday to come out? Big performance yesterday, and obviously a big series win here today.
I think it just shows we got a short memory, and we know how good we are. We kind of flushed that thing so fast. Like, it happened, we lost, we shouldn't have lost. We wiped it, we were ready for the next day to come out and attack. And then also it kind of showed that we don't get our hopes up too high. Just, we beat them 17-2 or whatever. It's easy to be like, oh, we got this game Sunday, they're screwed. And we kind of got punched in the face early, and we did a good job of just ignoring that and playing our brand of baseball, and it paid off.
Have you spent any time to think about what it would mean to bring home some of these national awards, whether it be Big 12 Player of the Year, Golden Spikes, things like that?
Yeah, I'm more focused on the team aspect of things. I want that conference championship. That was something I circled out in the beginning of the year. I really want that. Obviously, we want to host the regional. We want to do all that type of stuff. And if I do my part and I attribute to that and I focus on the team stuff, then some of that individual stuff might fall into place. But regardless, I want to focus on the team stuff first.
What does it say about your approach that you've had so much power to the opposite field and success hitting that way?
I don't even know. It was kind of something I had last year. I don't know why, but I came here just hitting way better to left field, and it's something I've never really lost. I kind of just stay behind the ball really well, but that was something Friday and a little bit yesterday. They did a good job of kind of coming inside on me, which I'd much rather have fastballs over the plate than jamming inside on me. And today they kind of went away from that and just decided to throw me more away, and that's kind of what I like to do. So just try not to do too much and sticking to my approach is something that just helps me stay on that pitch.
JJ, Carlson has been dominant for you guys all season, but in a game like this, whenever you see him come in, just how much confidence does that give you guys out of the field?
Yeah, we pretty much think the game's over, but we kind of have to lock back in and make sure we make plays because we can get lackadaisical like the error that happened with, stuff like that happens, but the whole team just has an absurd amount of confidence behind that guy. He's ridiculous. He's got big league stuff. I told him earlier, I don't think there's a single guy on the planet you can strike out. He's just that good, and he's the difference maker. Usually when we're up by any lead, I don't care if it's 1 run, 2, 3, whatever it is, if he comes in the game, I'm like, yeah, this is it. It's over.
Off the bat, did you know your home run was out of here?
No, because I guess I've been robbed about 4 or 5 times the past 2 weekends, so I just was running. I had no idea.
Little rough stretch before this weekend, locked it in mentally. What'd you do to kind of find the last 4 games you've been really hitting the ball?
Just extra work. Just keep swinging, finding it, and just keeping a good attitude. Just keep going.
We talked a little bit about it Wednesday, but do you and JJ have something going on where there's a reason you homer in the same game every time?
I actually haven't noticed that, but I don't know. Maybe we just talk in the dugout. We did talk about hitting quite a bit in there, so maybe he sees something that helps me, and then I see something that helps him. But that is pretty cool that we both do that.
talking about that extra work, I think it was the Friday Oklahoma game. Was that you out there with Sam getting some extra swings?
That
How
was me.
often do you guys do that? And why did you decide after that game?
I guess probably because I was pretty uncomfortable that game at the plate, and it had to be dealt with that right then. But usually, if I don't feel good at practice, I'll do extra after, and then most of the time, I'll just stay after and get extra, or come back later and get some more swings in.
You got the opportunity to play for a conference championship with one more win. What's that series in Texas going to be like, and how much are you guys looking forward to the opportunity to clinch things?
I'm excited to go play down there or over there. We'll see how. I don't know. I can't guarantee how it's going to go, but we're going to give it our best, and we plan to hit some baseballs pretty far and strike some people out.
Hey Carlson, you've been here, through the highs and the lows of the program. What would it mean to be able to bring up Big 12 regular season championship home to Morgantown?
It would mean a lot to me actually, because I've been here through literally everything. Like, I've seen this team grow and become more of a team together, and it's honestly a great thing to see, even with the transfers. They just came in, bought into our plan, we're riding.
Have you heard this place any louder than when you're standing on the mound with 2 strikes in the 8th and the bases loaded?
No, not at all. It was actually pretty cool. As soon as Jagar got tossed, I was like, okay, we gotta go here, and having the crowd behind all of us is amazing.
Carlson, JJ called you a difference maker, especially in these types of games. Just whatever you hear something like that coming from that type of player, how much confidence does that give you?
A lot. I mean, you see that guy and what he's done this year, it's unbelievable actually. And every time it's in a tough spot this year, we just know that he's going to do something well. So I know, or having that come from him means a lot.
With David Heitman, really big for you guys today. I don't think he's allowed around his last 5 games that he's played in. How much have you seen him kind of hitting his stride, and how important is he to this team coming out of the bullpen?
He's really huge, and I like how he's going this season, and him being a red shirt and having a whole year to learn, and he really grew into himself, and I really like it.
With a guy like Robbie, he struggles a little bit today. Did you say anything to him, or give him any words of encouragement, anything like that?
Yeah, obviously just tell him to keep his head up. If he just trusts his stuff and attack hitters like he knows how to, he'll be completely fine. He'll bounce back from this.
Blaine was one of the seniors honored out there today. For a guy who's had such an impact in just 1 year in this program, how has he helped this entire pitching staff grow?
He's actually saved us a lot, because we know when he has the ball on Saturday, he could go 8, 9, and it honestly helps us because we'll have Friday and a full staff Sunday like we had to use today. So honestly, a really great addition to the team.